Welcome to the Regal Eagle Report. I'm Lasya.
I'm Laflene.
And I'm Aryan, and we are your co-hosts.
We're Team 2869, a diverse and inclusive team located at Bethpage High School.
We are aiming for our podcast to be an outlet to interact with other teams and collaborate on varied ideas and thoughts.
We are so excited to introduce our brand new series where we'll be interviewing one team from each state.
Embark on our journey as we will be aiming to hit every state, reaching our goal of 50.
For this week's episode, we will be interviewing another team from Tennessee, Webb Robotics.
So please, introduce yourselves as well as your position on the team. We'll start first.
You go first.
I'm Aryan. I'm the CAD and CNC lead, so I basically do all of the computer-aided manufacturing for the team.
I'm Lasya, and I'm the podcast manager.
I'm Laflene, and I'm fundraising manager.
And you guys can introduce yourselves.
I am Nicholas, and I'm the content manager on Team 1466.
I'm Charlie. I do a lot of the mechanical stuff, but also, yeah, that's about it.
I'm Alex. I am the main CAD guy, not the CAD lead though. I do most of the CAD, and yeah, pretty much it.
Perfect. So let's get to our questions. Our first one is, how was your team founded? Like, what's its origin?
I can answer this one. So our team was founded in 2004 by this former math teacher at our school who went by the name Brother Dave. And he got the team on its feet before passing leadership onto our current mentor, Dr. Larry. And we've been in FRC for 20 years straight.
It's amazing.
So is there any fun story behind your guys' team name? Why'd you choose to be Webb Robotics?
Believe it or not, this school is called the Webb School of Knoxville.
We unfortunately do not have a fun origin story behind our name, and we rebranded last season actually, but we decided to stick with our name because most teams knew us as Webb Robotics, and we didn't feel like we needed to change it. So.
How many years have you guys been? Oh, right, my bad. What are some ways your team gains sponsors?
Wait a minute. Wait, okay. 1 second.
We'll cut this part out. Eric, I'm gonna give you this out now. Actually, Eric, could you come behind the camera with that? Eric, come behind the camera with the big finger. Bring the finger. Bring the finger. We're doing an interview. Come behind the camera with the big finger at some point.
Okay, sorry.
How many years have each of you been in robotics?
I joined FRC in 8th grade, so this is going to be my 5th season in first. And I never did FDC or FLL before.
This is my second year. I started last year around September, and I've been here ever since.
This is my 5th year of robotics. I've been doing robotics. I did FDC through middle school from the 6th to 8th grade, and I've been doing FRC from 9th grade to now my 10th grade.
Nice. So, where's your school located? Is it in a big school district or small?
We are a private school in Knoxville, Tennessee. It's pretty big, semi-big city in East Tennessee.
Yeah, our school is relatively small. We have about 500 students in our high school, and we're not in part of any district because we're private. But we have some FRC teams that we communicate. We have a few in the area that are based out of public schools, and some out of private schools too.
Do you guys know the Secret City Wild Bots?
Yes, we do.
We
Did you guys
just
interview
had
them too?
on our podcast.
That's awesome. We'll have to listen to them. They're very secretive, so it's interesting to see that they're actually doing interviews with other teams.
Mm-hmm. How many members are in your team?
We have about 30-ish consistent team members, but membership fluctuates. At the end of last season, I think we had around 45 people, but I think we had around 30 at kickoffs this year.
And we took 28 to Worlds last year, so that kind of tells you how many team members are consistently with us. Our program doesn't have super strict requirements because we want as many people coming into the lab and helping. So we're not too strict about who comes in and who can like consider themselves a team member, but we are a little bit more strict about who can go to competition. So we want every team member completing at least one service activity to be considered to attend competition. So that's kind of how we look at team membership.
Yeah, that's cool. We do something similar, like with the service requirement for competitions and stuff. So, how's your team like helped increase membership from underclassmen throughout the years?
So throughout the years, we always want to recruit from a wide variety of different skill sets. So we place a big emphasis on our media. So we're recruiting not just people in STEM classes or out of math classes. We do have a lot of those students come through, but we're recruiting just as many students as we can. We also like to partner with clubs at our school that really like raises awareness and kind of breaks down the stigma of just like robotics being for people who like power tools or who are good at math. So this year we collaborated with the Mindfulness Club, and we just kind of opened it to anyone in the high school. And we laser cut these little Zen gardens that we assembled and put sand in. And so that kind of reached out to kids from across the school. And we just try to collaborate with the school and different clubs to just really diversify who our audience, who we're reaching out to.
That's nice.
What are some ways that your team has gathered sponsors?
So this year we're really pushing for sponsors by just emailing, like mass emailing to lots of sponsors. We have a very detailed sponsorship packet that details what First is, what our team is, what we're looking for out of a sponsor. This year we also try to like keep some of our sponsors and keep good relationships with them by posting thank you little posts on social media to be like, thank you, this foundation, we appreciate your support, and describing to our Instagram followers how this sponsor has supported us. So that's how we kind of gain and keep sponsors.
Do you guys want to like list some of your sponsors that you guys have?
Let's turn the robot around. I know for one, Intuitive Foundation. I think, yes, Intuitive Foundation. Arconic is another local, that's a branch of Alcoa. Arconic split off from Alcoa, and they are very big sponsors. Intact actually gave us a few $1,000s to go to Worlds last year, so that's definitely one of our big sponsors. Our school gives us thousands of dollars to run our program. They also built a new space, and we have a lot of robotics dedicated areas to practice and build and prototype. And our lab is new as of 2020, so we've been taking advantage of that space and that support from our school. There's no sponsors. Yeah, you can't really see our sponsors on our robot. I think CAG is actually one of our sponsors. That's our school logo. But I think the ones I mentioned are our big sponsors.
Oh, that's nice. So can you guys talk about some of your fundraising initiatives that you think has like really helped your team?
So with the support that we receive from our school, we're not that big on fundraising for the past few seasons, but this year we've kind of vamped it up. We're planning on releasing a 20th year anniversary shirt for alumni to purchase. So I think we're going to get some profit from that. Our school kind of also limits how much we're allowed to like sell on campus. So we have to work around that, but grants are very consistently a way we try to gain money year after year. And with 3 regionals this year and a potential trip to Worlds, we're looking at thousands of dollars for registration fees. So grants, our shirt initiative, and then just those sponsors that we mentioned before, and just reaching out. Responses are slowly trickling in with all of the work we've been putting in the off season. So
Now coming to the robot, how has your robot evolved over the years?
So our robots have pretty much stayed the same across most of our 20 years. Our only major change the last few seasons has been our new swerve that we just got. We started using that last year. And that's been a big change for us that allowed us to just get closer to that top level that we achieved last year.
Yeah, us too. We just started using Swerve last year.
Yeah, it's proved super successful for us, and we've always maintained the philosophy that simple robots are going to be consistent robots. So we had a very simple arm mechanism, and despite the complexity of Swerve, we got it to work, and we kept our mechanisms pretty simple this year, last season, to do really well on the field, and we hope to do that again this year.
So talking about outreach, is your school district affiliated with any other like FLL or FTC teams?
Yes, so this space that we're sitting in is called the Innovation Center, and it's shared among 3 FLL teams and 1 FTC team. So we've got lots of young students just in the same building associated with our school, and we as upper schoolers get to mentor these students. And like, I'm looking at an FLL field just right behind this computer screen. So it's really conducive to speaking and teaching and passing down those skills. And sometimes some of our students also go to local FLL competitions. So we have interactions with local FLL teams as well.
So is your innovation center like part of your school or like in a different area?
It is on campus, and we also host a lot of scrimmages and even like an innovation project fair for FLL teams. So this space is really used very frequently for different outreach, FIRST-related outreach events.
That's nice.
What are some of your major outreach initiatives?
Our major outreach initiative, I would say, that has been developed as of last year is our partnership with our local Boys and Girls Club. So we bring STEM kits to the Boys and Girls Club pretty consistently every week throughout the build season, sometimes a little bit before, a few weeks before the build season. So we're consistently bringing those kits to the Boys and Girls Club and working with younger students. We also like to bring our robot throughout the school, throughout campus. So we're showing it to all different students across our K through 12 school. And in terms of outreach, we also have partnerships with a local summer camp, Morning Star. A lot of our students volunteer at STEM-related camps on campus because our school hosts STEM camps throughout the summer, and students just volunteer for that time. And we went to a gala a few weeks ago to kind of raise awareness about our robot, but all different kinds of stuff within our community, but especially our Boys and Girls Club initiative.
Have you guys done any like international outreach?
Besides attending some virtual conferences, not really, but we like to post a lot of our resources online. So we have a website with some resources, and I think our main source of like global outreach, I would say, is our Open Alliance thread. So all of our documentation is very public. We don't keep any secrets in terms of strategy, what we're building, how far we are in the season, and we get to interact with other teams get to leave us feedback on our build season progress. And so that is kind of how we share our knowledge to any FIRST team around the world and make sure that we're not gatekeeping any valuable information.
So we know you guys have won like Impact. So like, what year did you guys win it, and what initiatives do you think really pushed you guys to win that prestigious award?
So we won Impact in 2020. That essay was written right before the pandemic hit. But our initiatives at the time, I'm not extremely familiar with all of our initiatives from 2020, but I think probably sharing our lab space with local teams and working within our school was probably what got us that award. I'd have to look back at that documentation, but I know we weren't like very consistent with our public documentation. So I would actually be curious to see what won us that award. But we very proud of that 2020 award. I think we also had a very strong essay. I know we had a very strong writing committee that year.
So You guys obviously went to World Champs. If any of you personally went, can you share your experience with us and what you thought about the whole event?
Worlds was Worlds was awesome. Really, there's just so many teams from all over the world, and you're just there amongst them as the kind of the best of the best that there are. It's just really cool connecting with teams. Like there's this one Japanese team that had like a fully fledged mascot suit that was not something I was expecting. There's just so much amazing stuff there. It's really like no other. I'm not only being there, but knowing what you had achieved to be able to be there. That's just something that you can't really get anything from anywhere else.
I can mention. I got to go to Worlds in 2022, the previous year, because one of our students was a Dean's List finalist, and I just got to tag along to that trip. And I attended one of the seminars, a branding seminar from Dean 1907, Exploding Bacon, and that really inspired me to rebrand the entire team, it's just the kind of people and information and knowledge you're exposed to. It's really fun and exciting, and it has really influenced our team, and we really want to go back. So going personally, and then the team going last year, it's just been very inspirational to us all.
I think my personal favorite part of Worlds was, besides just getting to be at Worlds and see our robot compete, was probably the atmosphere of championships. Einstein was just so fun to watch, and even though we had to leave before Finals 2 happened, it was really fun to watch on the way walking out. I stayed. I wasn't supposed to, but I stayed and watched it, and it was really awesome. And just exploring Houston, a city I'd never been to and most of us hadn't been to, and just getting to walk around, have a lot of free time, and just go goof around was really fun.
Yeah.
What sparked interest in robotics for you guys personally?
I was invited onto the team by our lead mentor, and I had always kind of been good at math, what really brought me over was the juniors and seniors that year. They were super friendly. They were like, come on in the lab. It's no big deal. You're going to have fun. And I always felt super accepted. I'm really glad we had good upperclassmen that year, because if they didn't, I probably wouldn't stay, and have done a lot of really cool things in the last 5 years. So that's how I got into robotics.
Two of my best friends had done robotics our freshman year, and we're always talking about coming into the lab and getting to build cool stuff. And I've always enjoyed creating things. And during last year, I was just kind of looking for a thing to do. So I just figured, well, I'll just go to the lab this one time. And I've been hooked pretty much ever since. I've come in all the time now, and it's just been really awesome to be a part of this team.
So I transferred to this school in the sixth grade. So I was in a previous school in fifth grade. I was in a different school in fifth grade. So when I came here in sixth grade, I saw that there was like a robotics program, and I thought, wow, that looks pretty cool. I want to try and do that. And my brother was also transferring to the school, and he was going to be a freshman, so he also did FRC. I was in FTC, he was in FRC. But I just saw this robotics program. I saw these robots they were making. I thought, man, that looks pretty cool. I want to do that. So then I did it, and now I'm here. That's basically it.
It's really nice. So, like, how alumni within your team pursue like educations in STEM, or are you guys planning to?
So we definitely have a long history of alumni heading into the STEM fields. We have some really impressive colleges that some of our alumni have gone to, and some scholarships that they've received at those places. So yes, we definitely have a legacy of like going into STEM. It's not solely STEM, but that's usually the trend that we see. I'm planning on majoring in industrial and systems engineering, and I'm still waiting for acceptance letters, so we'll see how that goes, but those decisions will be out very soon. But so I'm a senior, and I'll know soon where I'm headed, but definitely 100% industrial and systems engineering.
Good luck.
Yeah, good luck.
I'm planning on either pursuing chemistry or engineering. I haven't really decided yet, but I'm definitely siding towards engineering. But yeah.
I am planning to pursue either mathematics or engineering. Both ones kind of make that right part of my brain activate, where I just really like just the process. But as of now, I'm not exactly sure which one it's going to be. But I think I'll figure that out in about a year, I guess. I hope it's about a year. Hope it's not longer.
You both are juniors?
No, I'm a sophomore.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. So those are basically all for questions. So now it's more like an open floor, and you guys can ask like our team questions.
Yeah. So, what city did you guys say you were based out of?
We're in Bethpage, Long Island, in New York.
Okay, nice. How many teams are you surrounded by? Like, kind of what's the community up there in terms of FRC?
We
A lot.
have a lot of teams around us. Basically all of Long Island, like every town has its own team.
Almost every town. So like, there's like Long Island regionals. So for those regionals, about 50 teams come to each.
Yeah.
So it's a lot,
Yeah.
just in the island itself.
Mm-hmm.
And then
That's
like
really
city-wise, that's like double.
Even more, yeah.
Because we're like on a Long Island, so it's not connected to the city. But then when you go city on like upstate, it's like more than that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's crazy. Yeah, here in Tennessee, we've got a few teams, but like our local regional will have 50 teams, and like half of them will be from Tennessee. Is that an accurate statement?
23 Tennessee. No, 24 now. So we have
24 Tennessee teams.
yeah.
Yeah.
They normally all come to Smoky Mountain Regional, which is in our hometown.
Yes.
We have like a separate regional for only Long Island teams and a separate one for all the city teams. So it's a lot.
That's it's a lot of
Let me think. What week is your regional? Is it? First of all, are you in a district, or do you guys have regionals?
Like school district?
In terms of like FRC, sometimes have specific districts. I don't think. Is there like FRC first in New York? Like, I don't know if you guys are, or is it just called? Is your event called a regional?
Our events are called regionals. We have
Yeah,
our Long Island
Long
regional
Island.
and then the NYC regional.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. No, because some teams are in districts, and that's a whole different competition schedule, and tournament style. But what week in competition? Do you guys know what week regional you guys have?
Is it week 2?
Maybe 1 week 2 and 1 week 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I might be wrong.
Our
We're-
competition is March 20th. So
Whatever that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what.
Is that 2? I think
I'm
that's
pretty sure that it's either 2 or 3.
20th is after spring break, so that's 4.
It might be.
I think it's 4. Anyway, no, we're in week 1, 3, and 6 this year, so we're very, very busy. Never done 3 regionals, so we'll see how that goes. But we also did a bunch, like a boatload of outreach. Nope, off-season events. Also a boatload of outreach, but off-season we've had a bunch of practice. So fingers crossed for our super good driver who's gonna totally lead us to Worlds. Yay! No, he's good. No, he's good. We fingers crossed for a driver. Do you guys submit Impact every year, I assume?
Yeah, Impact every year.
Okay. Yeah, we're the same way. Have you guys ever won Impact?
Yeah, so we won Impact in 2020 and 2021, and then 2022, 2023 we won EI.
That's awesome. Yeah, we're totally going for EI just for the like discounted registration to
Yeah.
Worlds. We really, really want that. But Impact, of course, would be amazing. And we've been presenting for I think as long as our lead mentor has been on the team. Actually, I take that back. For definitely for a few years now. Every year I've been on the team. So, but I'll think about some other questions. You guys have any questions?
Can you guys I was really interested in like your team rebranding. Can you guys talk about that a little bit?
Absolutely. So, yeah, I spent a lot of
Camera's
time
reversed,
on
but it
this.
looks like that. Yeah.
Yes.
How did it look before?
So, That's a great question. Give me 1 second. I will find.
I think I'll find it.
Okay.
Keep talking.
I will talk because this was really my child. Old branding, old team branding.
Yeah. go on.
So we I went to Worlds, I went to the Exploding Bacon presentation, and they were like, it's good to have standard things like standard colors and standard fonts and standard logos, and it makes you look professional and other teams take you more seriously, and it's great for sponsors. And I was like, okay, let's do this. So I sat down. I don't know if you guys know the page Colors with 2 O's, like coolers. It's super amazing for choosing just like randomly generating colors, and I randomly generated colors, and that kind of started me off. But when I started branding, and then our lead mentor came in and she was like, you should have a process to how you're approaching this branding. And so I kind of took started taking a strategic design approach to how I was branding, which kind of involved saying, what do I want to achieve with this branding? So some of our goals included keeping the green because our school is green themed and we thought it was important to keep green. We wanted to make sure our branding wasn't like repulsive to girls who were potentially interested in the team. We wanted like something like overly masculine. We just wanted something that is pretty neutral in terms of like who we're attracting and just looks sleek and modern. So we kept that in the back of our mind, and we didn't want something tacky. This was our old logo, Webb Robotics, and that font was kind of like, it was unique. It was called Video Freak. It was fun. It was very 80s, and so we had like a group of like 6 people discussing and looking for new fonts, and we settled that like we need to leave this font in the past. So we did, and I can actually move. This is our season goals poster. I think it's a great representation of like kind of the standard fonts and colors that we're using. So this like accent pink is standard, the green is standard, this is our logo. Those are fonts that we use, and we use them all the time, and it looks super sleek and cool. And it makes sure that everything we do is just on brand. And as we've posted on social media and had like a reel go viral, it's really fun to have teams be able to look back on our branding and say, okay, this is Webb Robotics. They have a circuit theme. They have green. They have purple, pink, and they look put together and look like they know what they're doing. So that's kind of like the motivation why and how I did it. I also surveyed a bunch of team members, and we used that survey to kind of finalize their design. It was a very long process, and it's subjective. I had to say some yes to some things and no to some people, but now we have standard fonts, and they're on our t-shirts. I'll show off the back too, because we also have a font for our, can we see that?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so nice. That's so cool.
Yeah, so that number font, we like that number font, and I feel really proud wearing our shirts, and I think it brings our team together. So branding, Webb Robotics, there you go.
Really
I love that. Yeah, that's so cool.
on the window there, do you guys paint your logo?
That is.
We do not.
Like,
Like a task. Oh, that's so cool. Like to-do list.
This is our Scrum board. We introduced it like 2-3 seasons ago. Super helpful. It's backwards, but it says to do, in progress, done, and by the end we feel super satisfied because we've done a lot of stuff. So
That's so cool.
yeah.
I love the idea. Yeah.
it's super helpful. Highly recommend to any team.
Or you can get that in the lab.
I'll try.
There was actually, we visited Oak Ridge, Secret City. Their mentor won Woody Flowers. He was the Woody Flowers winner at Worlds last year, and in their essay they mentioned his post-it notes and his scrum board. So just saying. But they read that the previous Woody Flowers winner was like, this team uses post-it notes, and like leading up to the reveal of his name. So I was like, oh my gosh, I know this is Oak Ridge because they use post-it notes in a special way in their lab. So it was fun.
It's so cool. Yeah.
So you guys have like different robotic centers within your school?
No, we have just the one.
We have the one building. In 2020, we switched labs, Our old lab was turned into a classroom, and the new space, it's a very large building. It is the middle school library, the innovation center that includes our machine shop, and a few just like a desk study area that we often just use when working on typing something up or maybe recording a video. We met and discussed our after kickoff. We met there in that big study space. So it's all in one building.
We also have our small practice field in there. Past that wall, it's that way. Can't see it, but yeah, it's just a small. It's like half a field about, and we're constructing it for the new season right now.
That's nice. So do you guys have like, are all your schools on one campus, like the middle school, high school, elementary schools?
Yeah, they have separate buildings. We're very lucky with a spacious campus, but they're all separate buildings across campus, and the high schoolers, FRC members just walk down from the high school to the innovation center.
That's cool.
Yep.
So, any other questions for us?
I don't think so. I'll probably follow up if I have anything else. You guys are available by email, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think that's it from our end, but yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for coming on.
Thank you for coming on.
Yeah.
And good luck for build season.
Of course, thank you
Good
as
luck.
well. You guys hope great things for you and impact and on the field.
Thank you so much.